Hello, my name is Macey Isaacs, and today I will be discussing my magic number.
And what is your magic number?
I know for sure if I had $1 billion, can I work my way down?
For sure.
Because if I had $1 billion, no, for sure, we're good. And who needs that? That's too much. Well, do we adjust for, because I'm thinking about by the time I retire, it's gonna be really impossible to retire.
It depends on the lifestyle you're trying to live.
I don't wanna fully retire because I wanna keep the mind sharp, because my hobbies don't keep the mind sharp. My hobbies are watching TV. But for your purposes, I'll play along. You know what? If I had $25 million, how's that? What are other people saying?
A lot of people are saying $1 million, but
That's it?
Yeah.
That is the correct response to 1 million. At this day and age, you're a young person, you're not retiring for many, many years.
Think about, you also don't know what health stuff's gonna come up. You don't know what insurance is gonna be.
So you're sticking with 25.
I'll say 25 mil.
How much do you actually have saved right now?
The only reason I have anything saved is because my husband has a real job and we're partners, okay? I don't spend money super wisely. So a lot of my comedy money is not put to great use, but it is, what was the question? How much, well, first of all, that's none of your business. Are people telling you a number? My goodness.
Where do you want to live in retirement?
I went to Maine a couple years ago. Drove all around Maine, and there were blueberries, and I liked it a lot. And I think I could, like a lake house in Maine would be pretty awesome.
How do you want to spend your days of infinite leisure in Maine?
I do want to be able to see the water. I'm not going to necessarily go out on it all the time, but it's there. I still would want to watch TV. Most things I could do anywhere, honestly, what I like to do, which is watch TV, watch movies. I even like to read a little. Those three things you can do anywhere, which is the beauty of my hobbies.
Are you investing in an IRA, 401k, or other retirement account?
This is what I hate about this question is, am I? No. But because I'm married and my husband is very good with money, but see, I don't love that, like, I'm a wife and he's the husband and he's good with the money. I really don't like that. That is just our truth. I don't think that needs to be everyone's truth, but it does feel a little bit like I'm Lucy and he's Ricky when I'm talking about it right now, but it's not like that at all. I don't get like an allowance or anything. I don't even clean the house. No one does.
What is your biggest financial fear about retirement?
So both of my parents are retired, so I hear their fears. And I think it is scary because you don't know how long you're gonna live. And sorry to make it real, you know, you retire and then you could end up living longer than you budgeted for.
So the fear is living too long.
Always the fear.
What is one thing that you refuse to stop spending money on, even if it means you'll have to work longer?
I am going to say my matcha and my coffee. And I've talked about this with my husband a lot. Both of us spend way too much on it, but on some days it's the only thing that gets you through. And I think it's worth it because of that.
At what age do you want to retire?
It would be nice to retire at like 75, I think. And I think that's a late one, but I think that if I die at 76, let's retire next year. But if I go on to 120, 130, you know, like people might in the future, they won't, they'll die soon. We're all dying really soon. You know what, let me change my answer.
What is the biggest mistake you've made or almost made when it comes to saving for retirement?
My friend a few years ago was trying to get me to buy this stock, and I really didn't want to buy the stock, but he just kept telling me to buy the stock. I told my husband, I was like, can you just buy a little bit of it so I can tell him I bought the stock? And so we did. We bought the minimum amount you can buy of a stock, and that went nowhere. I almost, like, what if I had bought more of that stock? You know what I mean? But I didn't care. It was for some driverless car, which are now everywhere. It was maybe a mistake.
What is one thing you wish someone had told you sooner about saving for retirement?
I heard someone say, everything you do for your future is like a gift to yourself. And I think that's maybe a good way to look at it. I also think I thought saving for retirement was like taking from you, but really it's giving to your future self, which might not ever happen.
Any takeaways from today?
One of my favorite shows is The Golden Girls, and some of them, they were still working. One was a substitute. We don't need to go into all their occupations, I guess, but I think that we need to maybe look to retirement as something that could be fun. And because I think of retirement and I kind of think it's sad because you're not, and even though work is sad and now you're not working, you know what? Do you understand what I'm saying? Where am I going? Golden Girls, sad, but they make me happy. Retirement equals happy. Save money. If you're with the ones you love, then nothing matters, you know?
Amen.
I found it.
You found it.
I found it.